Hi everyone, you're listening to The Haider Rifaat Show, and I'm your host, Haider Rifaat. In today's podcast, I've invited the very versatile actor, Affan Waheed. Thank you so much, Affan, for joining me. I would like to first start off by asking you, how has COVID 19 affected your professional life? And what is your routine like these days?
Assalamu alaikum, Heather. Thank you so much for having me on your show. Well, COVID 19 has practically skewed every walk of life, and my professional life is no exception either. I wouldn't say that it has come to a complete halt, but it's not as buzzing as it was before this pandemic hit the world. So, yeah, my routine on an average day, does not require me to go outdoors much unless need be. So, I'm okay with staying inside. वैसे भी I generally dig for solitude. So, I'm okay with staying indoors. उसके अलावा इतनी डिसिप्लिन नहीं है. जो मेरे लिए आजकल ज़्यादा स्ट्रगल है वो ये है to keep myself sane. Because वो anxiety kick in एक बार कर जाए तो then there's no handling it. So it's a task and a half for me. Every day you wake up and you realize that it's gone. But I think it has only migrated to some other place. And sooner or later it will return and perch in your heart again. That's how I look at it. बट अदरवाइज बस ठीक है रूटीन में कोई इतना ख़ास नहीं है मैं कभी कभी कुकिंग कर लेता हूँ एंड आई एम जस्ट ट्राइंग टू get back in touch with reading. I used to be a voracious reader at one point of time, but not anymore. So अब मैं दोबारा reading के साथ थोड़ा in touch होने की कोशिश कर रहा हूँ and that's about it.
Afan, what part of you has truly evolved as a person, especially belonging to the entertainment business?
I'm not really sure if I've evolved or not. If I don't keep track of my progress because I'm slightly superstitious that way. But if I look back, though, I realized that I've become more tolerant. I used to be very temperamental and very easily offended. अब ये कि ज़ाहिर है जब आप काम करते हैं यू गेट टू इंटरेक्ट विद ऑल काइंड्स ऑफ पीपल ऑन अ डेली बेसिस तो आप में कंपोजर भी आता है थोड़ी ग्रेस भी आती है तो अगर इवॉल्व कोई पार्ट मुझ में हुआ है तो वो ये है कि और भी बहुत डिफरेंट लेवल्स पे चीज़ें ऑब्वियसली मैंने सीखी हैं बट मुझे टॉलरेंस की बहुत ज़रूरत थी क्योंकि मुझ में पेशेंस की बहुत कमी थी तो दैट इज़ वन थिंग आईड लाइक टू मेंशन हियर.
I see. Afan, what kind of roles appeal to you?
Well, I've done a variety of characters. If you had asked me this question, say 5-6 years back, so I would have said that I want to play a lunatic, I want to play a failed romantic, I want to play a victim of circumstances and whatnot. लेकिन अब I would say कि I want to do characters which are believable and I want to do them with conviction because film का span थोड़ा छोटा होता है ड्रामे में ही होता है कि 24 episodes 26 episodes तो वो डेली आपको एग्जैजरेटेड या ओवर द टॉप किस्म का कैरेक्टर करते करते थक जाते हैं एंड आई एम गिल्टी ऑफ डूइंग सच कैरेक्टर्स ऑल्सो लेकिन अब इस पॉइंट पे गिवन अ चॉइस आई वुड से सो मैं ऐसा कैरेक्टर करना चाहूँगा जो बिलीवेबल हो और कन्विक्शन के साथ करना चाहूँगा ऑडियंस रिलेट उसके साथ कर सके और शायद मुझे अभी फिर कुछ ऐसे कैरेक्टर्स करने पड़ जाएं जो कि एग्जैजरेटेड हैं बिकॉज ऑफ कोर्स आई एम अ वर्किंग एक्टर एंड हैव टू फिल अप माई राइस पेन्स ऑल्सो लेकिन अब मैं वैसे कैरेक्टर्स करना चाहूँगा जिनमें रिलेटेबिलिटी थोड़ी ज़्यादा हो और जो बिलीवेबल हों और ऑडियंस को लगे कि कोई रियल कैरेक्टर है तो या.
Do you feel that there are a lack of substantive roles for actors who portray supporting characters? How can they achieve versatility and growth as artists if they are given characters that can hardly drive the story or make a significant impact, so to say?
If you ask me, though, I think there's a dearth of substantive roles for the main leads because all they have to do is wallow in self pity, mope and cry and fight, and that's about it. बल्कि सपोर्टिंग कैरेक्टर्स के पास तो आजकल मार्जिन होता है दे हैव अ लॉट ऑफ मीट इन देयर कैरेक्टर्स बट हाँ थोड़ा ये है कि माइलेज की कमी होती है विच आई थिंक इज़ अ स्लाइट मिसकैरेज ऑफ जस्टिस ऑल्सो क्योंकि वो ज़्यादा फोकस जो होता है वो मेन लीड्स पे होता है बट अदरवाइज आई थिंक सपोर्टिंग कैरेक्टर्स डूइंग अ ग्रेट जॉब, और स्टोरी में टर्न्स जो आते हैं उन्हीं की वजह से आते हैं, एंड आई थिंक दे लीड द स्टोरी इन मैनी वेज. सो या.
Right. What one thing have you learned the hard way in the showbiz industry?
There's no such thing as the easy way. You always learn the hard way, especially if you're an actor. So when I started out, I was quite impressionable, and so is everyone, I believe, because when you start your career, when you jump into your practical life, you're vulnerable and you're easily affected by opinions, and they shape up your personality to some extent also. तो मेरे साथ भी यही हुआ था. So I was quite vulnerable when I started out, and I used to get media averted also. और फिर काम भी ऐसा था कि हर वक्त judgments आपको सुनने को मिल रही होती हैं. But then I realized that no matter how amazing or good you are, you cannot be in everyone's good books. There are going to be people out there who are going to criticize you, judge you, or look down upon you, and or be condescending towards you. सोल चिपर्स जो हैं वो कभी भी मेरे ख्याल में सोसाइटी में से ख़त्म नहीं हो सकते. पीपल हु निबल एट योर पर्सनैलिटी, वो हु ट्राई टू हॉल्ट योर प्रोग्रेस. तो बस ये है कि विद टाइम आई डेवलप्ड थिक स्किन, एंड अभी भी मैं ये नहीं कहूँगा कि आई इंटायरली मैनेज टू ओवरकम दैट थिंग, लेकिन कुछ हद तक जो है वो होता है ना कि आपके एरिया पे जितना भी रस्ट लगा हो उसमें से थोड़ा सा एरिया भी अगर आप स्क्रब ऑफ कर दें तो वो इट कीप्स यू गोइंग. So yeah, alhamdulillah, I'm okay with it now. I mean, it doesn't bother me much. They say that, I wish I could say that things get better, but they don't get better, you get better. So I think I got better.
I'm sure you have. Now, Affan, celebrities often talk about their strengths but seldom discuss their vulnerabilities or shortcomings. Why is that?
Unfortunately, this world is not designed to deal with your demons. But things are changing now. I mean, celebrities are talking about their struggles, especially with depression. But आजकल के ज़माने में, when there's so much of emotional and verbal violence, and there's so many bullies around you who will attack you at the drop of a hat, so you avoid talking about your shortcomings. But it's okay if somebody doesn't want to talk about it. I mean, that's totally their prerogative. Like, if I talk about myself, I'm okay talking about my shortcomings. बल्कि मुझे बहुत से लोग कहते भी हैं कि आप, जैसे मैं हर इंटरव्यू में ये भी कह देता हूँ कि I never had a healthy relationship with myself. तो some people told me not to talk about it, but I was like, it's okay. I mean, we are human, and it's okay to be regular. I mean, अगर आप सेलिब्रिटी हैं तो इसका ये मतलब तो नहीं है कि आप पेडेस्टल पे ही बैठे रहें. तो मंडेन अगर आप में कोई चीज़ है तो जो कि है, लाजमी है और हर एक में होती है, तो आप क्यों ना लोगों को बताएं ताकि किसी को सीखने का मौका तो मिले. बिकॉज इफ़ समबडी लुक्स अप टू यू, आई एम श्योर दे वुड लाइक टू नो हाउ योर जर्नी इज़ लाइक. तो दैट्स ओके. बट अगर इफ़ समबडी डजंट वांट टू टॉक अबाउट इट, दैट्स देयर चॉइस. और लेकिन ज़्यादा मेरे ख्याल में लोगों की इस बारे में बात ना करने की रीज़न यही होती है कि दे डोंट वांट to give people a chance to talk about them in a condescending way. I mean, that's my take on it. But I would love to be around people who are not perfect in any way. Trust me, perfection is suffocating. It is.
Yes, and no one's perfect. Let's talk about your forthcoming gigs. What are you working on currently?
I was shooting for a film before this cadaverous pandemic hit the world. And then there was this web series in the pipeline. I hope, these projects materialize post-pandemic. So, and a couple of good projects other than that too. I mean, dramas. So let's see. Fingers crossed.
And is there any artist you wish to work with in the future?
I've worked with a lot of artists in my humble career, and a lot I would like to work with. Lekin at this point in my career, I'd like to work with someone who is professional and sincere to their craft, and because our work is so strenuous as it is, that you cannot deal with shenanigans. So yeah, people who are sincere to their job. Tardiness is my pet peeve. I mean, I am unapologetically punctual. That is one thing that I have not been able to change about myself. तो वो एक चीज़ है जो मुझे बहुत तंग करती है. बट I've made peace with that too. Lekin someone who takes their work seriously is someone I'd like to work with.
And to conclude, Affan, do you have any message for your fans?
I always talk about kindness because that has been my struggle too. We have a problem that we are gentle with the dead and less so with the living. Whereas I think it should be the other way around because it's the living who are trying to make sense of the world. So, with the respective share of burdens, I think everyone seems a little lost, unsure of themselves, and vulnerable. So, it's okay to be kind, it's okay to lift people up, and it's okay to contribute to their well being. So, my message to everyone, including myself, is to continue being kind because I'm sure it's rewarding and healing in many ways.
Thank you so much, Affan. It was a pleasure talking to you. That is all for now. Stay tuned for more on my official YouTube channel and Facebook page. Until then, take care. Bye bye.